Hey, I'm Bob at ILikeToMakeStuff. Today we're going to check out the Form 1 Plus from Formlabs. This is the Form 1 Plus from Formlabs. This is an improvement to their first printer, the Form 1, and this is an SLA or stereolithography printer. When you think of 3D printing, you're probably thinking of an extrusion-based printer. You have a spool of plastic, it feeds the plastic through a hot end which melts it and squirts it out and builds up your model in this way. SLA printers work very differently. They use a photosensitive liquid resin, you fill up a tank, and then you use a laser to cure the resin each layer at a time. So in this case, it builds a layer, lifts it up, builds another layer, lifts it up. Now the advantage of the laser is you get much finer detail, you can get really high quality prints with this thing. This is not the only SLA style printer, this is just one that's very affordable, very compact, and extremely well made. So far I've just pulled this thing out of the box and set it in place, I plugged it into the computer and filled up the tray with the resin. That's all I've done, no adjustment, no setup. Let's go find a fun model from Thingiverse and print it out and see how it turns out. The printer comes with some free software, and to get started you just select the resin that you're going to use and import your model. This is a model I got from Thingiverse, I'll link to it down in the description. But basically once you get it in, you generate the supports and it puts all the support material in place for you. Then you just hit send to printer. The print took almost 3 hours, but it was really cool to watch it come up out of the resin. Once it was finished, I just removed the build platform and flipped it over into the finishing tray. All this finishing equipment comes with the printer. Each of the resin trays has a cover as well to stop light from curing it. The model pops right off the build platform, and then you drop it into some alcohol to get all the extra resin off the outside of it. You rinse it for several minutes and then you need to let it dry before you start messing with it too much. It was pretty amazing to see how it looked coming right out of the bath. With the tools you can remove some of the support material, but honestly it kind of breaks off pretty easily if you pull a little bit. Then you can go back and trim up the extra connection points that are left over with the tweezers that they provide. The print detail was pretty amazing, and even the little hoses on the feet printed. You can see the layer lines on the model, but they have a whole series of finishing techniques that can help with that. So that is pretty amazing. This turned out way better than I thought it was going to, and I'm kind of blown away with how much detail there is in this thing. I think I might print another one of these and actually paint it like a model, but for this one, I like the fact that it's clear. It's pretty cool. So about the machine, I was blown away at how well it's put together and how they seem to have thought of everything as far as the tolerances for where things fit and how things close and how things move, and it's just really well made. Of course, I love the color scheme as well, but it's a really great machine. I've been very impressed with it so far. Now, as far as cost, this is a little bit more of an expensive machine, something you probably wouldn't just have at your house to do things here and there. But the bigger issue from the machine cost is the material cost. This canister right here is $100. Now granted, this will probably last you a long time. It barely used any to make this, but you have to consider that this being $100 kind of limits what you're gonna probably print with it. A printer that can do this kind of quality is really probably not something you would use to just make little widgets to put around your house or like toys or anything like that, but it has a high enough quality that you can use it to print models or the original to then make a mold of and be able to recast. And so if you think of it from that perspective, this probably isn't that expensive because you're not gonna print 20 of these on this machine. You're gonna print one, finish it really nicely, then make a mold and cast it out of some cheaper material. Now, as far as the resins, they do have multiple resins. I have clear, but they have a few different colors. They also have a flexible resin, a castable resin, and a tough resin, I believe. This clear resin does look a little cloudy once it comes off the printer, but apparently with some sanding and a little bit of work, you can get it to where it's perfectly clear. I've not put that work in yet, but it would be interesting to see what this looks like if it's totally clear. So in my opinion, this machine would be great for making models or making things that need really high tolerance. If you were making some small parts that had to perfectly fit together, this machine will definitely do that. Another one of the big advantages of this machine, and I think it plays into the cost, is the plug and play ability. A lot of the extrusion-based printers have a lot of adjustment that has to be made as soon as you take them out of the box. You have to level the bed, you have to adjust the stepper motors, adjust the extruder, all these things just to get it really dialed in. This one I literally took out of the box, set it on the desk, and hit print. And for something like that to be able to come out at this quality says a lot about the build quality of the machine and about what you can expect from it over the long term. So that quality plays a lot into the cost, but I think it's well warranted. One more thing about this printer is that they actually have their own software, which I showed you earlier, and it's really simple to use, it's really easy, it generates all the supports for you. And as far as 3D printing software, it's actually one of the nicer ones that I've used so far. So that's the Form 1 Plus. I'm really excited to have it. I hope to find some really awesome uses for it, and if you have any ideas of what I could use it for, leave them in the comments below or at ILikeToMakeStuff.com. Also, I am totally new to 3D printing. This stuff is all new to me. I'm exploring and experimenting, and so if you have more experience, please leave it in the comments. If you have questions or comments or whatever, leave them down there so that we can start a dialogue so that people can explore this stuff together at the same time. I hope you liked this video. I've got more 3D printing videos coming soon, but if you want to see some woodworking and some other projects, I've got those right here. I would love to see some stuff that you are working on, so please share it with me on any of the social networks. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.